What's going on, everybody? This is episode 143 of Full Court Blitz podcast. And just today, it's just me, your boy Trez. Jay Fur can't make it today. Got some sickness going on. He reached out to me yesterday saying he couldn't make it. He dropped the camera off and everything to me this morning. So Jay Fur, man, I hope you're watching because your show too. But man, shout out to you, man. Hope you get well, man, and hopefully you'll be back next week, man. I'm gonna hold it down over here. It's been a while since I did a podcast by myself. Can't even tell you the last time I even did it, but shit gonna be easy. You know, I like to talk. People knows me. I know how to talk. So let's get. So what I got for y'all today, got both sports really. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs. Kind of just basically just the teams that lost. Like, so we'll talk about the Lakers, the Bucks, the Houston, and Detroit. Kind of see how their future is going to go and how go from there for next season and how can they improve or whatever some moves they need to do. And then we'll talk about NFL, man. This morning we had a crazy trade with Dallas trading for George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'll talk about that a little bit, and then I'm gonna tell y'all my 5 rookies this year that I think that's gonna have a good careers or maybe have an impact for their for the season. So I'm gonna start off with the NBA. What I got for y'all, we're gonna start with the Lakers, man. Lakers lost to the T-Wolves in 5. Also we kind of knew how things. How can I say this? So when the Lakers traded for Luka, obviously they had no big man, and they almost had Mark Williams. Mark Williams would have been a good piece for them. They definitely would have needed him in this series, but just but also we know that the trade didn't go through because of failed physical. But they definitely needed Mark Williams in this. Just the T-Wolves was just too big. Too big, but I think most importantly, they had a team. You know what I'm saying? That you had Anthony Edwards, who's going to be, man, he's a star in this league, and hopefully, he could be the face of the NBA once LeBron is gone. Julius Randle, who had a really good series against the Lakers. Seems like with him things are moving on pretty good, especially like him getting, I was leaving the Knicks, and then him now coming to the Toronto to the Timberwolves, and like I said, he had a really good series with these guys. Trying to find, Nas Reed, the big man off the bench, coming off getting him energy in the series. That game he hit like what eight like he had like 6-7 threes that game. Then you got Jaden McDaniels, who is a really good player as well, can give you 20 in any given night, but inconsistent with that. Also you got the old man Mike Conley, who's just come in and do what he got to do. And then my personal least favorite guy, Rudy Gobert, man. In the elimination game, man, he gave them 27 and 24. Who knew that Rudy had it in him? You know what I'm saying? Who knew? But all that being said, that team was just too much for the Lakers. Especially that it was a game 4 when basically the stars played the whole second half. I don't know what JJ Redick was thinking. I understand that it was a must-win game, so you can take that game and you can go back to LA. But in that situation, that is not the best thing to do. LeBron's too old for that. Also you got some younger guys around him with Luka and Rui and Austin Reeves, those guys, and Dorian Finney-Smith and all that. But you can't be having those guys playing the whole second half. I don't know what kind of strategy he was trying to think, but no, that's not gonna work, dude. And then on top of, you don't have any big man. You know, you got, also like I said, you got Rulli over there, Nas Reed. You know, that's, you know, and on top of, you're not even playing like Jackson Hayes. In game 5, you didn't even play him at all. And I don't understand that. Like this small ball is not for everybody. And that kind of just go back with the Golden State Warriors, man. When they was up and coming, when, you know, they have, you know, they'll play Draymond at 5, or Draymond play the 4, or they had somebody else like, you know, back then they had like Maurice Spates. At some point they did have like Andrew Bogut and all them, but the small ball was what really made the Golden State Warriors so successful, because of the shooting with Steph and Clay. And honestly, the NBA is a copycat league, and now like everybody's trying to play small ball. Is either you have your 5 is literally like a 6'11" guy, and your 4 is basically like a 6'9" guy or a 6'10" guy that can basically stretch the floor, or really, say for like AD situation, AD, who is a 6'11" guy, they trying to stretch him to be out in the 3-point line, and then now you have like everybody else that's like, you know, your point guard who's gonna be like 6'2", 6'3". Your other guard's gonna be like 6'4", 6'5". Then you got your small forward who's probably gonna be about 6'6". Your small forwards, you know, now isn't how it was back in the day, because your small forwards back then, like, you know, they were like 6'7", 6'6". I mean, like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". You know what I'm saying? And now these forwards now, these small forwards now, anybody can play small forward. I mean, hell, you can put Dante DiVincenzo there, and he's probably like 6'4" and playing the 3. So small ball is not for everybody, man. It's only for the right team, the right coach in the situation with the personnel who you know he got and all that. But it's just not for everybody. It's just my personal opinion. But I'm hoping that the league get away from that and kind of go back to the traditional way. And you kind of seeing it with some of these teams, to where like they having your center and your power forward, you know what I'm saying, playing that old traditional way. And you would like to see that type of basketball. That was the basketball I grew up watching, where your center was basically just a center. He was on a low block, you know, posting up, whatever, getting his thing up. Then your power forward was basically just he was basically around the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like nobody was like you get your Dirks, you know, who actually was more in the perimeter. He more stretched out to the 3-point line. Your KGs, your Tim Duncans, you know, those guys, all-time greats. You know what I'm saying? They stayed around the mid-range game, their mid-range. And then like these small forwards, obviously they're supposed to be like your small forwards what sometimes will be your scorer, and also they can defend too. And then also got your shooting guard who's just stroke, and then you got your old traditional point guard who's just put you guys in the right position, get your assists, whatever. That's the basketball I grew up on. I'm not saying now the basketball is bad. It's the fact that like a lot of the league is shooting too many threes and it's uninterested. Like, you know, back in the day, you like when the mid-range game, because the mid-range game was beautiful. Like, you know, you had your Tracy McGrady's, your Carmelos. I mean, like Kawhi does it. You know, DeMar DeRozan does it. Steve Nash, you Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Darren Williams. You had even like Kobe who worked his game in the mid-range game in the post. You know what I'm saying? Though that to me was beautiful basketball. When I was playing basketball, that's why I stayed around. I didn't shoot a lot of threes. I thought that shooting threes was not necessary. Also, you know, that's when you have like your Kyle Korvers. You know, you have your JJ Redicks. You know, those guys are snipe shooters that can actually make those type of, you know, shots, like your Reggie Millers, those guys, and your Ray Allens that can make those shots for them, and everybody else can just stay around the mid-range game. Now, it don't have to be the 3-point line. Those guys even did they work in the mid-range game, came off of screens, mid-range. You know what I'm saying? So you don't see that nowadays, and I think that's where you're missing a lot of points, because now you are shooting. You're attempting 33s, and then you are making like 8 of them. Like now, and you were to step inside the line. Now them threes that you're missing. I mean, you're missing out on those twos. But anyways, Yeah, man. I just wish basketball just kind of just go back to the old way, man, and make it more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because you see these teams shooting these threes, it's just not. It's not cool. Especially when we saw what Boston did the other day when they missed 45 threes. But I get to them when I get to them. But with the Lakers, so what their season ending. LeBron has a player option. More likely he's gonna come back. This might be LeBron last year, next season. Dorian Finney-Smith is on the player option. So hopefully he come back and to the Lakers. And then Luka, who at the time before he got traded was eligible for a supermax that was around $345 million. Now he doesn't get that because he got traded. So now his deal now could be around the 229 range, which he's able to get that signed at this season. But the thing that the Lakers have to do is get a big man. They have to get a big man. They have to. I don't know what you got to do, make it happen, but you need to invest in getting the big man, or just play the big man you got instead of playing small ball. Because when you're in the West, you get the bigs: Julius Randle, Naz Reid, Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Chet Holmgren. You know what I'm saying? You got then you got Walker Kessler and Laura Markkanen from the Jazz. You got Triple J from the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? You got AD from the Mavericks. Sabonis from the Kings. You know what I'm saying? So you just you got to invest in the big man. You have to. And I think that they do that, I think they would have been fine. JJ Redick got a little bit stubborn, counting if you tighten up a little bit. But I think all the way, I think he did a really good job. You don't really see coaches like JJ, man. He's very vocal. He speaks when it's on his mind. He knows the game. So I'm hoping moving forward, like use the guys that you have and put them in the situation that you know is best, and not sit them. But other than that, I didn't expect the Lakers to go on a deep run. I understand when they got Luka, they were like number one in defense for a little bit. Everything was just going well. All those things. But I already knew for a fact that what Luka was just not going to be enough. But you got these people like, oh man, the Lakers, man, they looking good. We got Luka. Da, da, da. That's not the case, man. Like this is when the playoff basketball comes, it's different. The court gets tighter. There's not a lot of spacing. The refs are gonna let you play a little bit, and you have less possessions. You know what I'm saying? Because we're watching these playoffs now. Like you're not seeing a lot of high scoring games. You might see something that might be like 105 to 103. You're not really seeing like the 130s, the 120s, anything like that. Like they're actually playing actual basketball. Like for example, for the Golden State Warriors and the Timberwolves yesterday, 99 to 88. That's the basketball I was used to watching just in the regular season. Let alone when it came to the playoffs. Hell, this playoffs. We had games that was like 80 to 70. So now they kind of seem like the intensity has risen because of the playoffs, and this is the best time of the year for the basketball and for the NBA. And I wish I said this like maybe a couple episodes ago. This is when basketball's at its peak, and then they bring this type of intensity into the regular season. Now we're talking about all right, the NBA is back, but we'll see. But obviously that's not the case. But that being said, Lakers invest in a big man. You can't go out and lose. We got two all-time greats, and you had no big man. Got to invest in the big man. Moving on to the Milwaukee Bucks. They also lost in 5 games to the Pacers. Ozzy Dane was out the first game of the first game of the series. He came back, and then next thing you know, he tears his Achilles. People that's not familiar with Achilles injury is a 9 months to a year injury. We've seen guys like kind of like Kobe, We've seen DeMarcus Cousins kind of come back from it pretty fast. Even in football, we've seen Kirk and Aaron Rodgers come back. More than likely, Dame Lillard is not going to be playing next season, which is going to be the 2025-2026 season. And he will be back to the 2026-2027 season. More than likely. And he has a play option that season at $58.5 million. So more than likely, he'll probably accept that. The Bucks had a lot of free agents: Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, Tony Prince, Gary Trent Jr. and KPJ. I think it's time for you to let go Lopez. Bobby is a good guy for you to come off the bench. I like Pat. Shout out to Pat Connaughton. I like his game since he was a Fighting Irish. Tony Prince is a 3-and-D guy. You would like to bring him back. Gary Trent, obviously we saw what he did in Game 5, and the band literally just lost the ball in final seconds and basically just lost the game for him. But it seemed like he was a really good asset for them, for the Bucks. And then KPJ, maybe him seeing that he may have a chance in Milwaukee, get him, so you like to bring those guys back, but obviously you can't bring all of them back. But at least with Brook Lopez, he's up there in age. The man forgot to play center, and all he does is stay at the 3-point line. So I think you can probably let him go. The real question is, should Giannis be ready to go? Should he lead the Milwaukee Bucks? And for me, it's hard to say that because I like players that's homegrown, that stays with the team, stays with one team. But now you look at it, you trade for Dame last year. He didn't play in the playoffs. Well, he did play in the playoffs, but Giannis wasn't there. He was hurt. Now this year, Dame gets hurt going to the playoffs, and it's not on Giannis. And Giannis is doing his thing. He's going for 30 and 15, trying to keep the series and kind of keep the series in tight while Dame comes back. And when Dame comes back, they win the game. But now, since Dame is more likely going to be out next season, should Giannis go ahead and consider to leave? I want to say yes, because I hate for somebody that's an all-time. He's already all-time great. Somebody of his caliber. You would just hate to see him just stay and not be able to go a chance and win another title. And he has a title. He brought it to Milwaukee. All this and that, the third. But whatever Giannis decides to do, I respect whatever he does. Giannis is definitely one of those players I like to watch. Man, I just like, if he does go, like, where should he go to? And it's just obviously the usual people like the Lakers and the Knicks. They all Miami, and those guys, they're always trying to get the next big, get these type of players. I would like for him to stay in Milwaukee, because now it's literally it's literally gonna be nobody in the East, and I like for him to stay in the East. I like staying from Milwaukee, and hopefully they can. Hopefully he makes the decision to stay there, or maybe he doesn't make a decision. Maybe he just say, hey, this is a no-brainer. But I'm not going anywhere. But it's tough for Giannis, man. He's a good guy, great dude on the basketball court. He's a monster, he's a beast. He's just I kind of wanted to stay, but if he end up leaving, oh man, all hell's gonna break loose, because everybody's gonna try to give everything they got to get Giannis. It's just now what's the best offer for the Milwaukee Bucks take. And it's tough, man. I'm trying to sit down, I'm trying to think for myself, like, where he could go. Like, say like instance, like he do go to Miami. They had to trade Tyler Hero and some first round picks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it will work with him between him and Bam, because they both play the front court, so it's like, I don't know how that will work. Like spacing, it won't be any type of space. Now, New York, I don't see how that will work. Cause you got Carson Towns, you got and Giannis basically, and I don't see how. And Carson Towns does stay out in the 3-point line a little bit more. I don't want to see him going there. And I also with the Lakers, I don't want to see him go to the Lakers. I mean, you literally have to give up Austin Reeves, Rui. You have to give up everybody you have to get somebody like Giannis, and you got to give up three, 4 first-round picks for Giannis. And Lakers, is that really what you want to do? Is that really what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Maybe like somebody like Houston that can get them. OKC again, because they got hella fucking picks. Those type of teams that can really get somebody like Giannis for draft capital. But that's what I got for the Milwaukee Bucks. Hopefully, everything goes right. And in this at the third, because I definitely would like to see Giannis go on a deep playoff run and not getting bounced in the first round. So that being said, the Houston Rockets lost in 7 games to the Golden State Warriors. Heroics from Buddy Hield, who he dropped 33 points. I think he shot 9 threes. I think he tied for the most threes in the Game 7 in playoff history. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be real with you, and I always didn't like this guy. He's just not it for him. Jalen Green. Jalen Green is not it for the Rockets. I didn't like him when he got drafted. So first of all, I didn't like him when I heard his name, and just the way he looked. He didn't look like he was actually a good basketball player. He gets drafted to the Rockets at the number 2 overall pick behind Cade Cunningham. He's very inconsistent. You just didn't know when he was going to pop. And now his first playoffs, he had a real good game, and I think it was game 3, I want to say, or I want to say it was game 3. And then since then, you really couldn't find him. Like, you're looking like, where the fuck this guy at? And he's not that. He's just not that guy for you. He's not that bucket getter I thought he was going to be. He's either going to shoot the 3, and the 3 ain't working, and then he's going to force himself to guy in the paint. And it's just kind of going the lines to where, like, you gotta find a mid-range game. Find a mid-range game to get you some buckets, because it's right. It's there. The spacing there. It's there. You only need about 3 feet pull up. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, it's just play some smart basketball, man. But he signed a 3-year, $105 million extension. He has to play option in the 2027-2028 season, and he has a cap hit of $36 million. I won't be surprised if Houston trades him. Maybe they'll trade him for somebody like Kevin Durant. They need somebody. That goes in the model line. They need somebody that could go get them buckets. And who in the NBA is really good at that? Oh, I just said his name. My favorite player in the NBA right now, Kevin Durant. Go get you somebody like Kevin Durant. Stop fucking around with this dude. Go get you KD and bring him over. I understand KD probably don't want to go anywhere, but it seems like the Phoenix Suns is done with him. I don't know why. It's just the Suns organization is just terrible. Go get you a bucket getter, or then maybe go get Giannis. That means you probably add, also you gotta get Jada Green. You probably add Dylan Brooks in there. You might maybe have to add Jabari Smith and some couple of first round picks or whatever. So they need to do that, and on top of bring back Fran VanVleet. The team has an option for him for $44.9 million, and then also they definitely bring back Steven Adams. So those are what I got for the Houston Rockets. I just, like I said, I just don't think that Jalen Green's that guy for them. They have to find a way to kind of get him going, or maybe they do. Maybe they give him another chance. But I just don't think he's that guy. I don't think he has that mentality. Mentality. Jesus Christ, my dude. Brooke, if you're hearing this, you're gonna have a crack at this. You gonna have a crack at this. This is crazy. But he doesn't have that mindset of go get him some buckets, and I don't think he got it either. I'm just being strictly honest. I don't like him. He's one of the guys like Rudy that I just don't like. You know, I can tell when somebody's gonna be a real good basketball player, and he's just not it. That being said, right? All right. So now, go to the last team I want to talk about is the Detroit Pistons. Really did a good job this year. Surprised the fuck out of me. A lot of good things went for them. Last year there was 14-68. This year they were 44-38. A 30-game improvement. We were able to see Cade, who's healthy. He showed that he can be a superstar up and coming. He averaged 25.9 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 9.1 assists this year. So he was able to show that perimeter playmaking guy. And this is the beginning for him. Sora Thompson definitely showed his ability to play really good on both sides of the ball, just like his brother Amin from the Rockets. I think Amin is going to be a good player in this league. Well, actually, both of them. I think Amin is going to be more of that playmaker, that two-way, that playmaker. He's going to be a really good all-around player. I think maybe if they don't bring back Flavor and Fleet, I think they probably would move him to the one position, and he could kind of just do his thing and go from there. Sora. This guy can get some rebounds, man. This man can definitely give you some boards and play some really good defense. And then same thing with Jalen Duren. They need to find a way to bring back Holloway, Schroeder, and Beasley. Those are three guys that are really key success for them. The sky's the limit for the Detroit Pistons, man. They might be just a little bit ahead of schedule, but it's fine. It's cool. It's fine. Keep the momentum going and don't look back. Maybe they can, you know what I'm saying, and kind of just go from there. All right. Now, talk about the playoffs. The second round is going on right now. 27. So, pull this up real quick. I need a. So on the Western side, you had the Thunder versus the Nuggets. And you got the Timberwolves versus the Warriors. The East, you got the Cavaliers and Pistons. The Cavaliers and Pacers, and Knicks and Celtics. All right. So as of now, all the top tier teams had lost game one. Cavs is actually down 2-0, and they play in a couple days. It looks they played in a couple days because they played yesterday. The Wolves lose to the Warriors 99-88. We saw what happened with Boston. So let's talk about Boston, man, because this is really getting my fucking nerves, honestly. This is terrible. Because right now they're up 10 in the third quarter right now. In game one, man, I mean, the guys was up 20. They blew the lead. They missed 45 3-pointers. 45 3-pointers. And you choke because of, and you miss that many threes, you giving the other team a lot of opportunities to come back. And we don't want to do that. Now a 20-point lead is nothing. Just like in football, when a team goes up 14, 17, 21 points, 28-3, 31-0, the lead is not, for the NBA, when you're down 20, 25, 30, these leads are nothing now. Because these teams are able to shoot threes. Or, I'm going to say it like this. If the other team's shooting a lot of threes and committing a lot of turnovers, you give another team a lot of opportunities. Down there turning the points. Now they're turning turnovers into points. They get hot a little bit. Now that lead from 25 cuts down to 15. You go on another little run. Now you go on another run. Next thing you know, you tie the game, or you up in the game, and then next thing you know, you lose the fucking game because you got too caught on shooting threes, and this is what busting does. Just watching that fourth quarter, oh my god, it was a thing. It's a situation where Jason Tatum shot a three, he missed. They got a rebound back. He gets the ball back. Blah, 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 he shoots a three, shoots, missed, and then like they get the ball back, and then like they give the ball back to him somehow. He still does the same thing. He between shoot the three, boom. I'm like, dude, like he missed. I'm like, look, man, like y'all not a very good 3-point shooting team. And Joe Mazzulla, man, are you even coaching the team, bro? Like, are you like, come on, like 45 missed threes, bro? 45 in an NBA game, bro? Come on, man. Bro, what are you coaching these guys, man? In practices, you just bust threes and, you know? No, that's not the way to do it. You're not going to win like that. You're not going to win like that. You're not. It's just not how it's going to fucking happen. Boston got to do better. Because Brunson's just literally just killed y'all. And, yeah. Like I said, I mentioned Pacers are up 2-0 against the Cavs. Cavs are getting hit with a lot of injuries right now with Evan Mobley, Hunter, and Garland. Just with that series, Donovan Mitchell and the supporting cast going to have to figure out how to we have to figure this shit out, because if not, them boys gonna get swept by the Pacers. And I understand that a lot of people don't like the Pacers. Maybe it's more of Tyrese Haliburton, who was voted as the most overrated player in the NBA, which is crazy to me, which I think it should go to Rudy. I just think that a lot of people don't like I think that people don't like Haliburton because of maybe his game is not pretty. But he's literally playing like the 90s, 2000s basketball to where he gives you 16 to 10. He knows his role. He doesn't have to give you 38 and 9. You know, things like that. You know, he's not that type of, he's not the James Hardens, the Steph Currys, the Ja Morants, De'Aaron Fox, those type of guys who are scoring guards. And this is not Tyrese Haliburton. I like his game. Obviously, he got a funky little shooting motion, but it's butter. You know what I'm saying? This man make big shots after big shots after big shots. And I respect him. And right now he's proving people wrong that he's not overrated. And for people to think to really say that he's overrated, man, y'all have done lost your damn minds. Right? You lost your minds. But no, just like them, they have a really good team. I mean, like, you got Haliburton, you got Nesmith, you got Nembhard, Siakam, Miles Turner, another guy, Miles Turner I don't really like. Anyways, you know, I know, guys, I'm a hater. When it comes to the sports world, I am a hater because I keep it real. But I just don't like Miles Turner, just like I know. But anyways, they hooping. And you gotta respect them. And they may fuck around and may go to the Eastern Conference Finals. And fucking around, might be going to the finals. Just saying. Just saying that the team is hot. But Pacers, Indiana Pacers, man, y'all keep doing your thing, man. I think it's coming your way. Denver Nuggets. Game 1. Unbelievable game for Jokic. 42 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 assists. But then they committed 18 turnovers. But then they out-rebounded OKC by 20. My guy, Aaron freaking Gordon. My guy. Honestly, this is my guy since Arizona Wildcat days. When he went to the Orlando Magic. I used to call him Baby Blake. That man was like Blake Griffin. I was like this game. You know, I thought that he was gonna turn into like somebody like Blake, and hopefully like he was gonna like Blake. So with Blake turned his game like late, like maybe in like year 4, I want to say, when he started to shoot that mid-range game, and then obviously he just kind of expanded out and it just became the player that I know him now. That's why I wanted Aaron Gordon to be, and he became that, but obviously not like at an elite level, but it's maintaining. Man makes another big shot, and the man's been doing really good in the playoffs, averaging 19, 6, and 2, and shooting at 50% from the field goal. OKC might be in trouble. OKC might be in trouble. You mess around, you let Aaron Gordon, you let Jokic, and then you mess around, let Jamal Murray keep catch some rhythm. OKC, you in trouble. But nah, I think OKC's gonna turn the series around and make it more interesting. Chat, hey man, you gotta make your free throws, dog. You gotta make them free throws, man. And it's all season, my boy. I don't know what you gotta do. I don't care. You probably had to call the motherfucking the people that put Captain America in that damn thing. My boy, you need that. Oh yeah, you need that super serum, because my boy, you ain't got, man, bro. You ain't hanging around with Jokic. Jokic is too big for you. You too small, too skinny, man. You too lanky. Be hanging out with somebody like Jokic, man. That dude is doggy, bro. I can just say he's dropped 42 to 22. You ain't stopping that. Hartenstein ain't stopping that. Ain't nobody stopping that, man. I mean, come on now, man. Stop playing with Jokic, bro. But yeah, OKC. I think OKC will turn this around. And so for there, Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors. Despite Steph going down with that hamstring injury, they took care of business. Warriors shot 18 for 42 from 3, and you got Draymond Green going 4 for 5 from 3 to start off the game. What? He finished the game, 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists with 2 steals. Okay, Draymond. Okay. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. When this man played the T-Wolves, when he sees Rudy, bro, man, he turns to a different person. I remember, was it last year? Man took Rudy on the ISO between, and he went by him and he dunked, and then hit the Steph celebration with the go to sleep thing. The night I think we call it. The man's a different animal. Now we get that Draymond Green in this series. Warriors in 5. I said it. No, I was just messing with y'all. I'm probably not though. But yeah, man. Also, the T-Wolves didn't play good to where either. I mean, they went 5 for 29 from the 3-point line. Once again, I guess you're gonna live by the 3. I guess you're gonna die by the 3. Can't be having that, man. Can't be having that. They got Eric rebounded by 10. They shot based under 40% for field goal range. Just overall, not turnovers wasn't that too bad, but a lot of fouling and everything. And the Warriors' biggest lead they had was 23. Hopefully, I think the next game is tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. That things turn around for the T-Wolves to where they can get Nas Reed going. Julius Randle, Ozzy Ant, get them going to make this a series. But it's going to be very interesting. Now, my predictions in this, I like Warriors over the T-Wolves. I think the Warriors probably win. It might go 7. I say Warriors in 7. And I like the Nuggets over at OKC. So I think I like Nuggets in 6. On the other side, Cavs already down, but I was going to pick the Cavs, but it looks like it might be Pacers in 5, and then Celtics and Knicks. I think that series might go 7. And I'm going with the Celtics, man. Hopefully maybe it goes 6. Maybe the Celtics get their shit together and play some actual good fucking basketball and stop shooting fucking threes all the damn time. All right. That being said, now switching over to the NFL. So, like I said, what happened this morning? The Dallas Cowboys trades for George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Dallas receives 2026 6th-round pick. Pittsburgh gets a 2026 3rd-round pick and 2026 and they get I meant to say a 2027 5th-round pick. I want to say. I think it was. Now in the draft for the Dallas Cowboys, they didn't draft a receiver, and we're like, all right, now you do know you need a receiver besides just CD Lamb. And now it's been 2 weeks now. Looks like they got an answer. They ain't getting Pickens. Now Pickens is another receiver that left Pittsburgh with a lot of drama and all that. I'm not a big Pickens fan. I think that he's kind of overrated. For somebody that hasn't really done nothing in this league. Well, for him to go to Dallas, somebody that I think Dak is who's gonna like. He's gonna like. I think Cowboys might be got something going here. Very funny for me to say that. Now you got somebody like CD Lamb who could be more than the inside, the slot guy. Then you got George Pickens who could be over the top, and I think that's gonna be something nice to. That maybe Cowboys might have something to look up to. Do I believe that? Fuck no, but I gotta do my job right. I gotta keep it real. But I think it's gonna be something that it's gonna bring something to Dallas, and you might be seeing a lot of deep passes to George Pickens that might go bound for touchdowns. He's entering his last year's contract on the rookie deal. I don't know if he'll come back to Dallas, but I think it just depends, because I'm pretty sure he's just looking for the money. But I think I like it. I think it's just something good for Dak, and hopefully Dak can play some good ball. Now the NFC East has some really good duos when it comes to wide receivers. For the Eagles, you got Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Washington, you got Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. For the Giants, you got Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson. And now with the Dallas Cowboys, you had CD Lamb and George Pickens. Now, that's one hell of a fucking receiver duo right there in the division. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see that. It might be. I might be in tune to watch this now, but man, I don't know. We'll see. But I feel bad for them corners, because you got a handful. Yeah, fucking around. You got to deal with Brown and Smith. Then maybe the next week you got to deal with Terry and Deebo. The next week you got to deal with Lamb and Pickens. And after that you might have to deal with Neighbors and Robinson. Oh boy. I hope you just make sure y'all lock in that weekend film sessions. But overall, I like that. For the Pittsburgh side, whew, kind of scratching my head here. I mean, what are you gonna do? All you got is you just traded for DK Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? And we all thought that maybe like they were gonna be all right together, but no, I didn't think that was the case. Just me, I didn't think that was gonna be. I just didn't think that was gonna be a good fit with both of them, because they both really are like the same player. Or like they had the same play style as in Pickens and DK. I just didn't see how that was going to work, especially on top of like who's going to throw it in the who's going to throw it in the ball. I mean, I'm going to talk about the rookie things a little bit later because I'm going to talk about Will Howard. And that was questionable to see how that's going to be, and so it looks like Pittsburgh made a decision and they just want to get rid of Pickens and get rid of, just go ahead and get rid of the headache. You know what I'm saying, and just see what goes along with that. But they ain't gonna get a 3rd round pick off of that. I think I take it because you might be able to find a receiver next year in that, or maybe just a good player in the 3rd round. So yeah, man. Once a little bit more things come out, it's just like a live reaction or instant reaction so far. I haven't really soaked it in yet, but feels like both teams got what they wanted. Now. I'm gonna give y'all 5 rookies, and it's just me gonna end the show here. Give y'all 5 rookies I think that's gonna have an impact this season, or going to have a really, really good career. So I have 2 Pittsburgh Steelers. One is Will Howard, and the other one is Jack Sawyer, both from Ohio State. But I'm gonna start with the quarterback first, because I like my quarterbacks. And it's crazy for me to say that because I'm a Michigan Wolverine guy, but like I said, I gotta put the bias things to the side and be real with y'all. Will Howard, man. My personal opinion, I think he's the most ready NFL quarterback in this draft. And I know I said this last week, but I really do believe this. Man played 5 years in college, 4 years in Kansas State, 1 year at Ohio State, and resulted in him winning the national championship. Had career high and touchdown passes at 35, and also in passing yards in 4,003 yards. He has big play. He has a big play ability, as in he can throw the deep balls. PFF graded him as an 85.7, and his deep ball rate is at a 96.3. And he completed 72 of his passes, basically 73% of his passes last year. Because now things changed since now what George Pickens is gone, but now you got DK, so I think things will still be fine. But I do believe if Will Howard has the opportunity to come in and he starts, I think he keeps that job and it's going to be really good. And I think this is the quarterback that Pittsburgh needs. I'm not sure what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is even going to play football. But if right now, I'm hope that Will Howard wins this starting position in training camp, because if he gets it, we talk about maybe him might be winning Rookie of the Year. He might be the best quarterback come out of this draft. He might have the best career out of this quarterback, this NFL draft. The guy he's really good size at 6'4", 235, kind of like Big Ben-ish. He gives me that Big Ben type of vibe, man. He's a baller. He's a baller. And I think him going to Pittsburgh was like the perfect fit. And I think Mike Thomas gonna have some fun with him. And same way with his partner in crime on the other side of the football field, Jack Sawyer. All I did with these guys, or I did with Jack Sawyer the last few years as a Michigan guy. Will, I only 1 year, but yeah, I beat these guys the last 4 years, so I can't really say too much. But Jack Sawyer, man, he is a Pittsburgh guy. I thought that he was going to go to Detroit, and Dan Campbell was going to have a ball with him, but I think him going to Pittsburgh is a good fit. Him having the opposite side of T.J. Watt. He had 63 total pressures. That was 4th in FBS. He's really good against the run. He has a PFF graded him as a 90.5 overall grade. He's good with batting the balls. He has a real good field of game, and he had 10 sacks last year. And he makes really good. And he's really good in making plays in the backfield. I think Pittsburgh really got one of those guys, man, that's gonna come in and gonna do his job. I mean, he's gonna do a really good, he's gonna do a really great job at it. And this is the guy I think could probably play 15 years in the league. Definitely gonna be a Pro Bowler, in my opinion. He might be one of them guys who could be a all-time great, and he has that ability to. He has that ability to. So those are it for my two guys from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next, I have edge rusher Nick Scorton from the Panthers. The Panthers ended up trading up for him. He was ranked 29th player in the big board. He's a really good pass and rush moves. Very versatile. He can play in the 3-4 defense or a 4-3 defense. He has a 91.7 pass rush grade in the last 2 seasons in college. He could get really skinny in between blockers. For somebody at his size that's like 6'4", 285. And he can play him either side of the ball, or either the right side or the left side. And then he also can play either position, either outside linebacker or defensive end. So this guy is very versatile, man. I think Pittsburgh. I think Panthers really got one of the ones, man. I think Nick is going to be a really good player for the Panthers. And also the Panthers also got on the other side of the ball. I think Princely, I want to say. Panthers is cooking something, man. I like what they're doing, and look like they're heading into the right track. The number 4 guy I got out here is Mike Green for Marshalls to the Baltimore Ravens. Good fit. Think the Ravens got a steal. He slid. He was supposed to go first round. He slid because he has off the field issues, but him on the field, he is an issue because this man is a dog. 17 sacks last season. He posted a 20.2% pass rate win rate and a 9.4 run stop rate. And he had 49 defensive stops. Basically means he ended the offense opportunities. So this guy in the Baltimore Raven colors, and I don't like Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, but John Harbaugh got him a guy, and Mike Green is going to be a really good player. We might be talking about a guy that might win defensive player of the rookie defensive player of the year. Hot take. The last guy I got, it's a bias thing, and he's like, who, bias? Am I Will Campbell? Nah, I ain't Will Campbell. Kyle Williams. This man's gonna be a deadly weapon for Drake May. The way I see this, right, we got just Stephon Diggs, right. I think the way I see it is Wes Welker is Diggs and Julian Edelman is Kyle Williams, because Wes Welker ended up training or mentoring Jules, and Jules was able to be the type of player he is. And shout out to Julian Edelman, man, becoming a Patriot Hall of Famer. So shout out to him. And then like Diggs is going to mentor Kyle Williams, and it's like basically passing that torch. He could beat you outside and deep. He was ranked first among the receivers this year in Yak. So Yak is yards after catch at 8.4. He was 11th in screen yards. He was tied 10th in deep catches, and he had 10 contested catches last year. He played 119 snaps in the slot. He mostly played out wide at 348 snaps. He had 70 catches for 1,196 yards and 14 touchdowns. He caught 69.3 of his targets, which is 70 out of 101. And like I said, his contested catch, he went 10 for 16 in contested catches. This is definitely a guy that I want for the Patriots, for somebody for Drake May. Now I got him, Christian Bourne, Douglas, Stiggs, Mac Hollins. We got a lot of receivers, and some of these guys gonna get cut. And I think Kyle Williams is gonna be one of the ones that's gonna be really good for us. I think he's gonna he's gonna bring an impact for us, and hopefully the sky's the limit for this guy, man. I think good things are gonna happen. I really think good things are gonna happen for him and my boys, man. And I'm confident that this is the draft that I like. Also, I think Braylon Swinson from LSU that we got a defensive end is gonna be good. We didn't get a defensive tackle in Joshua Palmer that we mentioned last week when Cody was here. I think the Patriots did really good in this draft, and I know that I talk about my team like that, but I'm really optimistic how much the board's going to be, man. I'm glad we got Mike Vrabel. I'm glad we brought back Josh McDaniels. I just like what I like what we're doing, and hopefully we start winning the division, go to the playoffs, win the FC Championship game, and bring a title back to New England. You know, with that being said, you gotten this far. I really appreciate everybody. I really appreciate everybody that's been here, that's been supporting us. We're going to try to get better and better, and hopefully Jay gets better from his sickness he got. He'll definitely be back soon. Definitely be back here next week. Got WNBA season coming up in a couple weeks. Actually next week. There's gonna be a lot of sports coming. The schedule release comes out next Wednesday, the 14th. So I'm gonna be excited for that. I know they're bit by bit from now to then they're gonna probably start releasing some games and see about season opener. Also, we know the Eagles going to be on season opener for the Thursday. They'll probably play like something like the Cowboys or something like that. We'll see some Thursday night games, the international games. Just May is like, all right, football is coming. Then we got one more month. It was June, and then next, it's July. It's training camp, and it's August, and it's preseason. So football season is almost here, and I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good year. I think it's gonna be a good year in football. I think it's been a really good year in sports, in the sports world too. So, with that being said, that's all I have for y'all. Appreciate y'all sticking around. This is the end of episode 143, and your boy Trez is out.